Kamaru Usman, in my opinion, is going to win. I'm giving him 60-40. Actually, you know what? Make it 65-35. I'm very confident for Kamaru Usman. I just rewatched their fights, all of them together, and especially after watching Leon Edwards versus RDA. And Leon Edwards did a fantastic fight and a fantastic strategy against RDA. However, my whole thing, when I watched the entire both fighters fight, I believe that Leon Edwards, and I rewatched their first fight, of course. I believe that Leon Edwards is backing up to the fence way too much. And if he backs up to the fence on fight night, which I think he will, after seeing RDA being able to back up Leon Edwards, and I'm a huge fan, guys. I want to say I'm a huge fan of Leon Edwards. Okay, he's a phenomenal fighter. He's on a 7-fight win streak, 6 or 7 fight win streak, actually. I'm going to check that out real quick here. Let's see how many wins he has so far. He's a phenomenal contender. Okay, phenomenal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 wins since he lost to Kamaru Usman. 9 wins in UFC. 9 wins. He lost to Kamaru Usman in 2015, guys. That was 7 years ago. Still, I'm calling. I think Kamaru's going to win. Why? I think Leon Edwards and Kamaru's fight in the first fight with Kamaru, he backed up to the fence, cost him the fight. I watched this fight with RDA. It wasn't too long ago. I watched this fight with Nate Diaz. And I felt, we all saw the 5th round. Those of you who didn't see that fight, it was a great fight. Leon Edwards controlling the fight from A to Z, except for the 5th round. The 5th round, Nate Diaz comes alive, puts the pain on Leon Edwards with a amazing 1-2, like a slap hook, one into a cross, catches Leon on the chin, and Leon's backpedaling, and the fight just ended with Leon fighting hard to stay alive. Even though he had a almost flawless fight till then. Diaz was busted up. He was looking amazing. However, he was in the pressure cooker with Diaz. And 25 minutes with Diaz, what Diaz did in 25 minutes, Kamaru's going to do in round 1 and 2. So all that pressure that Diaz put, and Leon started to break in the 5th round, that's going to happen in round 2, round 3 of their fight. Because Usman puts on so much more pressure than Diaz. Okay, when Leon was fighting Diaz, he was kicking his leg, he was jabbing, he was enjoying a speed advantage. He had a speed advantage against Diaz. I don't think he's going to have the speed advantage against Kamaru. I don't think he's going to have the reach advantage. Not that he had the reach advantage with Nate, but he's not going to have the speed or the reach advantage. So what's he going to do? I think he's going to back up, and backing up, he's going to get put under the pressure cooker. Usman hits really hard, and he wrestles really well. In my opinion, that's going to be the fatal flaw. Now, can Leon Edwards win? Of course he does. Of course he can win. Of course, he's a phenomenal fighter. He's on a 9-fight win streak in UFC since their last matchup. I could be totally wrong, of course. How could Leon Edwards win? Well, number one, he has phenomenal striking, especially his elbows. He has very dangerous elbows. That's impressive. His submission game, I'm looking at his, I can't remember him doing a sub in UFC. I'm gonna look real quick. Decision. Rear naked choke versus Albert Tumunov. Decision. He's big into decisions, guys. Here we have UFC punch, first round 8 seconds versus Seth Brzezinski. That's actually a really good fighter. Split decision loss against Claudio Silva. Look, he has very little finishes in recent history. Okay, his last 9 fights, I think they're all decisions. Let me look that up again. Decision. Look, they're all decisions except the one rear naked choke against Albert Tumunov. He's unlikely to KO Usman. Usman's never been KO'd, and he's fighting a guy who doesn't really KO people. Can he win a decision against Usman? Unlikely. Very unlikely. Can he sub Usman? Unlikely. His jiu-jitsu is good, but he's not a sub wizard. So in my opinion, guys, I really feel that Usman's going to put the pressure cooker on him. He's going to hurt him with strikes. There's going to be back and forth with the strikes, but then once Leon backs up to the fence, this is what I think is the fatal flaw of the fight. Once Leon Edwards backs up to the fence, he's going to get hit more often and he's going to get taken down. And we've all seen Kamaru's pressure on the fence. It's phenomenal. We've also seen Usman evolve. They've both gotten better, but Usman especially. Usman recently fought Kobe Covington. And of course, we all saw that fight. The second fight was a decision. Just double check here. That was in 2021. November of 2021. Okay, so he's fresh off a win. When you're a champion, you should be fighting once or twice a year, not more than that. And we saw his evolution from their first fight. The first time he fought Kobe Covington, it was really, really close. It was 2 rounds to 2, really tight. Most people had it 2 rounds to 2. Most people, not everybody. And then he ended up finishing Kobe Covington in the 5th. And if we were all Kobe Covington fans, we could argue that it was a premature stoppage. If we were, I don't think it was, but if we really wanted to argue, it's a little bit arguable, but still, it was still a 10-8 round easy for Usman. He wins regardless. In their rematch, Usman showed so much evolution. His jab, his boxing, his kicks, his wrestling. Okay, he did get taken down in the... I know that UFC did not count it as a takedown, but Kobe Covington did successfully take down Usman. But also, Kobe Covington got stuffed many times. Kamaru showed incredible defensive wrestling, which we're not surprised. Nobody out there is surprised. That's just to say that Leon Edwards doesn't have a lot of good options to take him down. Leon Edwards has to strike, is what I'm trying to say. Now, unlikely to knock out Kamaru, very unlikely to take him down, and of course, very unlikely to submit him. How can he win? Decision? Unlikely, guys. Those are my thoughts. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm going to keep it simple. Those are my thoughts. Kamaru was evolved. Leon Edwards evolved, but Kamaru was evolved even more. Okay, guys, let's see here. All right, here we go. Guys, just a quick note. TriStar Digital is now live. If you guys want TriStar Digital, go to jujiclub.com. You'll find it there. TriStar Digital is up there. And of course, jujiclub.com. If you guys want to get 25% off, type in Kamaru 25. The link, it's in the description. Check it out because my pick is Kamaru. So I'm giving you guys 25% off on anything on Juji Club. Okay, with that said, guys, let me hear what you have to say. Coach Zahabi, I love you. That's from E-Dog. E-Dog, thank you, my dear friend. Right back at you. But give me some comments and questions on this fight. And then, of course, we'll move on to talking about maybe Gordon Ryan and Pena. It should have been a draw considering Usman should have gotten a 10-8 in the second round. I don't know what you mean by it should have been a draw. I'm not sure which fight you're referring to. Okay, I see you guys are talking about the first fight with Kobe Covington. Look, it could be, you could argue either way, guys. But at the end of the day, if you watch the fight as a whole, Usman was the better fighter. He beat Kobe Covington both times. I know that you can argue with the judging, but at the end of the day, they had a rematch, and nobody's arguing after the rematch whether Kobe won. Everybody knows Usman won. He's the better fighter. Leon is very fast. That will be a key factor in the stand-up. That's from MS. MS says Leon is very fast. You're right, he's very fast, but so is Kobe Covington. Kobe Covington is very fast. He throws a lot of flurries. He landed his best shots against Usman, and he's also kind of a decision guy, very similar to Leon Edwards. And what happened? Kamaru marched him down, weathered the storm, and fired back some powerful strikes. Don't forget, he knocked down, I rewatched it, but I didn't count how many times. He knocked down Kobe Covington 3 times, 2 or 3 times at least. You know, he hurt Kobe bad. His power is shining. You know, he has a lot more power than Kobe or Edwards. So speed is a factor, yes. But I don't think he's going to have much. I don't think he's going to have that much of a speed advantage. And I think Kamaru has the reach advantage. So it's going to kind of nullify itself out.